736. Glenn's in Broadmeadows. Wants to talk about the Adelaide Crows. G'day, Glenn.
Yeah, good afternoon. I just wanted to talk about the extreme hypocrisy of the Adelaide Crows. They sacked Matt Rendell for making comments that most people wouldn't even consider to be racist. And now, because Taylor Walker's the former captain, he gets a second chance, and he'll do a course. I mean, he's already done 10 or 15 courses. If the first 15 courses didn't work, why would the 16th work? Any other member of staff of that football club would have been sacked, but because Taylor's a bit special, he gets a second chance.
Thoughts? Thanks, Glenn. What's your thoughts on that? 1300 736 736 0433 98 11 16. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting spin on it. And Matt Rendell, of course, who's a part of AFL Trade Radio. We had him on the show. We'll find out whether that runs a little bit deeper for him. I don't think Matt wants to revisit that part of his journey. But if anyone else has an opinion on that, do you think Taylor Walker's been given special circumstances? All righty. Steve's in Brisbane. Wants to talk about
on New Year's Eve. Here is one of them.
Kane, mate, I've heard you're on the coast there fighting the fires. I'm part of the troop as well. I've heard feedback from some of the boys that you're not pulling weight. Your week has water, mate, and they need more water.
I feel like we shouldn't be laughing at the firefighter situation. Clearly they're taking the mickey out of that a little bit. You can hear someone in the background who we had to beep it out there because he used a pretty strong word in the background. So what's the one thing, Hazy? You're a bit of a ratbag. You're a bit of a scallywag from way back. I can tell you've done some things with your siblings and your friends back in the day. If you're going to make a prank call, what's the number one rule?
Well, number one rule when you're calling your exes, you've always got to put, I'm just kidding, I used to do that. But back in the day when, yes, potentially you make a few prank calls, the number one thing, you go into the settings of your Nokia 5110 and you flick it over to private number. And then to follow it up, when you're with your mate, you test it. You call him, you go, just let me know, is that coming up private number?
That is what you do.
All right, sweet. Now I'm going to call the coach and give him a spray.
That is what you do. Well, these clowns from Broken Hill, I can say pretty confidently that they're from Broken Hill, did not do that. And they left their mobile number in full display. Now, most people would let it go, have a bit of a laugh about that voicemail and let it go. Not me, though. So the first thing I did is I returned the call from a private number this time, put my phone on private, and rang this bloke back. Now,
did you get an answer?
I didn't get an answer, but what I did get was his voicemail.
With all his details.
Remember, at this time, I've got no idea who these people are. I've got no idea who. It could have been anyone that could have. There's a lot of people that dislike me, could have left the voicemail. I've got no idea who they are. Anyway, it goes through to his voicemail. It says, "G'day," something like the lines of, "G'day, it's Matt Garrick here. Please leave your name and your number." I thought, oh, there's one clue. There was another missed call that I had from another bloke by the name of Blake. And it also went through to his voicemail. It said, "G'day, you've called Blake. Leave a message." So I've got two names now. I've got Matt Garrick, I've got Blake. So what do? I put in Matt Garrick on Instagram. And his Instagram profile comes up. I look at his Instagram story and I see that on New Year's Eve, Matt Garrick is hanging out with Taylor Walker and a bloke called Blake. And I'm starting to put the dots together, Hazy.
What are you insinuating?
I'm putting the dots together that Matt Garrick is, in fact, on further evidence, a very, very good mate of Taylor Walker. And by chance, the voice that you hear in the background, which we've had to beep out, is, in fact, the former skipper of the Adelaide Football Club, Taylor Walker.